welcome back to On the PL. I'm Carolina, and I'm here with the fabulous Sofia Reyes. Woo!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today. I loved Mal de Amores. It was my favorite album of 2022. Échalo pa' atrás, my summer anthem.
Thank you so much.
Of course, I Don't Give a Fuck era was also amazing because I'm currently in my I Don't Give a Fuck era.
How old are you?
27.
Yeah. Okay, 27.
Yes.
But yeah.
So now we're in the postdata era.
Yes.
I'm always curious, because I come from an acting background, and like you get a script and you know when you start and when you finish a certain acting era or character, but for musicians it's different. You kind of get to decide when you're transitioning out of your eras. So what does that process look like, that transition for you?
For me, it was more of like, I don't want to feel like I need to act or like pretend that I'm in an era that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, okay, next album, what's next? I was actually going through like a crisis. I turned 30 last year, but my crisis really, I think it started when I was like 28.
Oh, yay.
So yeah, welcome. Just kidding. And I was like, questioning so many things, like, what if I really want to do this music now? Does this make sense? What if my team is not going to be my team any longer? You know what I mean? Like, I was going through so many changes also in my life. Relationships were gone. I was going through, like, a lot of grief, too. So I was like, why don't I talk about this, in my music? It makes total sense. Instead of hiding from it and pretending that everything's fine, I'm gonna actually talk about it. And so that's how IDGAF ERA came up. And while I was doing IDGAF ERA, I also wrote Yo También, Lo Bueno y Lo Malo. These two songs are part of the postdata deluxe version, but they sound so different from the rest of the songs of IDGAF ERA. And part of my crisis was also like, am I confusing people? Am I confused myself? Because like, I do reggaeton sometimes, and I do cumbia, and then I do a bolero, and I want to do a ballad album. And the beauty of what that crisis gave me was realizing that I can be so many things. And so postdata is a side that is more raw, that is more intimate, es más para adentro. It has this like shamanic also sounds in a way, and I really wanted to explore that, and I don't know, I feel like it's also part of the IDGAF ERA, because what it says and where I was at when I wrote it was in the IDGAF ERA process. So I chose to do a little side B for the IDGAF ERA world with these 4 songs that I love so much.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the music industry, they want to keep you in one bracket. Like, you're either pop or you're reggaeton, or, you sing this type of genre. Yeah. So I'm sure it's very freeing to be like, no, like, I can do all of it.
I can do all of it, and that's who I am. And what keeps me so excited when it comes to writing new songs is knowing that I can do it all, Like, I can go anywhere I want.
Who were your music influences when you were growing up?
All types of artists, starting from Hilary Duff, of course, Tatiana, when I was like even, smaller. Miguel Bosé was a huge influence for me because my parents are huge fans, so I heard him all the time. La Oreja de Van Gogh, and then Julieta Venegas, and then also like, I don't know, Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus and all that. I'm thinking when I was like growing up.
Do you have any advice for people that are going through their I don't give a fuck era?
I'm like, what I could say of what I've been learning, because again, I'm still in a way in this era. It's not like, okay, it's over. The most important word for me has been authenticity and what that means to me. And I feel like in order to be authentic, you have to ask yourself what you want and where you see yourself, what your dreams are, and stuff like that, and keeping that value as a priority before anything, if that makes sense.
You mentioned that these new songs are very vulnerable. Was that kind of hard for you, or were you like, I'm ready to release this?
I feel like it was more like, I'm ready to release this, Like, I really want to say this, and I really want to create exactly with the people I want to create. There's this one song called Lo Bueno y Lo Malo, which is very honest. I got to perform it a couple days ago at the Grammy Museum, and I started crying so much when I was started singing that song. But because I feel like, I don't know, it's the most authentic thing that I've done, at least in this moment of my life. And there's nothing like that feeling.
Yeah, it's like it's freeing almost.
It's so freeing. And I hope it connects with so many people. That's a dream. But the fact that you get to do something that you really love and that you get to execute the way that you picture it without being like, oh no, that idea should be a little bit more this way, and then you're like, you're right, and then you start like changing that like essence. When you really keep that, there's nothing more beautiful than that.
You know, Alex and I, he's behind the camera, but we have been told,
and he's like,
we have been told by a bruja that we're really big manifestors, and part of my
love this.
I don't give a fuck era.
I love brujas.
Yeah, she told us, like, you guys are really big manifestors, so whatever you want, you know. So I'm offering my powers to you right now.
Thank you so much. I'll take it.
Yeah, dream collaboration for you.
Dream collaboration. Ooh, so many. Natalia Lafourcade.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yes.
Jorge Drexler is amazing too. Zetangana. I don't know. There's so many. All right. That come to my mind.
Well, we're putting it out.
I te di 3.
Okay.
I gave you 3. To manifest.
You were collaborating with some bad bitches, okay? How are you collaborating? What's that process like? Are they inspiring you, or are you inspiring them?
For sure. With Luisa, especially con Uñas Afiladas, which is a song that really, because again, I'm like calm and blah, blah, but also, you know, there's a fire in us. Exactly. And so with Uñas Afiladas, that fire comes, you know, from me. And it's so fun. It's really, really fun. And I feel like Luisa really inspires that in me too. The music video, Uñas Afiladas, is one of my favorite ones. We shot it in Brazil. And, you know, being with Luisa, she's so powerful and so sexy. She inspires me to bring that also out, you know?
Is there any sort of ritual that you have before you grab your pen and start writing new music?
I would say maybe my ritual would be like when I feel inspired, when an idea comes, to really record it, you know, write it down, and because then maybe you forget. So it's like no, and I save them, and maybe I go back to them a year later or months later,
or 6 years later, or like this.
6 years later, I'm this song, you know, there's something here. But I try to really keep all these little ideas. My production, because I'm also learning how to produce.
Hey.
Maestro, teacher, he calls them seeds. So like all these seeds, keep them, save them, you know, you never know what they can turn to. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time and for being here and spilling all these little secrets. So besides postdata, what else can we expect from you? Any key dates to keep in mind?
Well, yeah, música en vivo. I really want to take postdata live, and, you know, a beautiful show that I have really in mind that I want to share with all of you. And new music, as always. I'm constantly creating and putting music out. So yeah, it's an exciting year. I'm really excited. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.